What if I told you that women come back, not because of charm, looks, or even heartbreak, but because of something far deeper, something that doesn't fade with time, doesn't depend on fleeting emotions, and can't be bought or begged for? And what if I told you that some men, despite knowing exactly what women want, still lose them, still see the door close? That's where the secret lies, and it's rooted in a timeless philosophy, Stoicism. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on the three most powerful things men who understand Stoicism possess, and why women still leave. Because knowledge alone isn't enough. It's how you wield it. Ready? Let's dive in. First up, unshakable calm. The steady lighthouse in a stormy sea. Picture this. The world is a chaotic playground. Emotional fires blazing, arguments erupting, setbacks hitting like lightning bolts. But in the midst of all that chaos, there's one man who remains untouched, unmoved, a silent fortress of tranquility. That's the power of unshakable calm. This isn't about suppressing feelings or living a stoic robot's life. It's about mastery over your internal state. Think of your emotions as waves in the ocean. Most men get caught up in the swell, riding high when things go well, crashing down when they don't. The truly powerful man, however, learns to surf those waves. He recognizes that feelings come and go. They're transient. His secret? He doesn't fight the storm. He anchors himself amidst it. Why does this matter to women? Because they're instinctively drawn to men who radiate stability. When you're calm, you exude confidence, not bravado, but quiet assurance. Women sense that no matter what life throws your way, you're not easily rattled. That's safety, that's strength. But here's the catch. Many men mistake emotional suppression for calm. They bottle up feelings, put on a stoic mask, hoping that silence equals strength. That's a mistake. Authentic calm is rooted in awareness, acceptance, and self-regulation, not denial. Mastering calm means recognizing your triggers, understanding your emotional patterns, and choosing a response rather than reacting impulsively. It's about pausing, breathing, and acting with intention. Because when you control your reactions, you send a clear message. I am the captain of my ship. And women find that magnetic. Number 2. Discipline. The unbreakable backbone of a man's power. Discipline isn't just about hitting the gym or sticking to routines. It's the backbone of a self-respecting, empowering life. It's the internal compass that guides your decisions, especially when temptation whispers sweet lies. Imagine a man who can resist the siren call of instant gratification, who chooses the difficult road because he knows it leads to growth. That man radiates a quiet confidence because he's in control, and women notice that control because it signals a man who can steer his life, his emotions, and his commitments with unwavering focus. This kind of discipline manifests in many ways. 1. Resisting impulsive urges like overeating, excessive drinking, or reckless spending. 2. Sticking to your commitments even when motivation wanes. 3. Prioritizing long-term happiness over momentary pleasures. 4. Maintaining consistency in your words and actions because integrity is irresistible. Here's the truth. Many men know what to do but lack the discipline to do it. They start strong, then falter when comfort beckons or adversity strikes. But the disciplined man, he's relentless. He's the guy who shows up day after day, training, working, improving. Because he understands that discipline compounds, little wins build into massive transformations. Women are attracted to this. They see in disciplined men a fortress of reliability. They sense that this man's actions align with his values and that he's rooted in purpose rather than fleeting desire. And the beauty of discipline? It's contagious. It creates a sense of security, trust, and admiration. Because nothing says, "I've got this," more than a man who refuses to break under pressure. Number 3. Acceptance, the liberating power of embracing reality. Acceptance is the most misunderstood of the three. Many mistake it for complacency or resignation. But in truth, it's the ultimate act of strength. Imagine a man who fights against the tide, resisting the inevitable, wishing life was different, lamenting what he cannot change. That resistance drains energy, breeds frustration, and pushes people away. Now picture a man who accepts life's imperfections, his own flaws, his partner's shortcomings, the chaos of the world. He recognizes what's within his control and what's outside it. This isn't passivity, it's active acknowledgement. It's saying, "This is reality. I can't change it, but I can change how I respond to it." Why does this attract women? Because acceptance breeds serenity. It's a calming force that reassures others. No matter what happens, I'm grounded. It's like a rock in a rushing river, unmoved yet resilient. Here's how acceptance manifests. 1. Letting go of the need for control over everything, understanding that some things are outside your power. 2. Facing setbacks head-on, without spiraling into despair or blame. 3. Embracing your flaws and imperfections instead of hiding or denying them. 4. Understanding that suffering is part of life and choosing to respond with grace rather than resistance. Many men cling to illusions, thinking they can manipulate outcomes, control their partner's feelings, or avoid pain altogether. That's a recipe for frustration and failure. But the man who accepts life's natural flow, who sees adversity as opportunity, radiates a calm confidence. Women are drawn to this because it signals resilience, humility, and authenticity. Acceptance isn't resignation, it's freedom. Freedom from the endless struggle against reality and the power to shape your internal world regardless of external chaos. Why these three things matter? Here's the kicker. Knowing these three things isn't enough. Anyone can memorize a lesson. The real challenge? Living them. That's where most men fall short. They understand Stoicism intellectually but fail to embody it. They're still reactive, impulsive, and resistant to life's truth. Women sense the difference. They know when a man is pretending to be stoic, and they know when he is. Big difference. Women come back not because of superficial qualities. They come back because they sense a man's inner strength, his mastery over himself, and his acceptance of life's realities. And yet, even the best men who know these truths, still face the same question. Why do women leave despite all this? Because understanding isn't enough. It's about living these principles daily, in every moment. It's about embodying the power of Stoicism so deeply that it becomes your default state. Because in the end, women aren't just attracted to what you do. They're attracted to who you are. And who you are is a reflection of what you've mastered inside. Here's the brutal truth. No matter how powerful these principles are, women will still test, challenge, and sometimes leave. That's life. That's human nature. But here's the secret that separates the men who keep women coming back from those who lose them forever. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every day with calm, discipline, and acceptance. Because the men who master these three pillars, who live them, not only keep women loyal, they become unstoppable. And when you understand this, when you truly live it, women will come back. Not because they have to, but because they want to. Finally. So, here's the deal. Knowledge of Stoicism isn't a magic wand. It's a weapon, a shield, a way of life. And if you wield it wisely, if you cultivate these three virtues, calm, discipline, acceptance, you'll find that women won't just come back. They'll be drawn to you year after year, not because they need to, but because they see the unshakable man you've become. And that's the real power, knowing that no matter what the world throws at you, you stand tall. Because in the end, the strongest men are those who master themselves, and women, they come back to that strength.